We took off around Littleton Harbour and then over to Port Levy from Purua, and then from Port Levy there's a gravel road that heads to Little River. Unfortunately, there was a Jeep coming the other way, and right on a left-hand corner it was blind for both of us, and low speed, but unfortunately this was the outcome, and looks like I've lost control and gone into the front of it head first. They worked on me for an hour and a half on that road, and put me into the helicopter to find that in their words, that I crashed immediately, and they had to pull me back out to work on me again. So that's going above and beyond.
We have to open his chest with a finger thoracostomy, so I had to make an incision underneath his arm and widen the hole with some forceps, and we shove our finger in there. Obviously we've got a couple of pairs of gloves on when we do this, and that makes a hole in the chest cavity, and once you take your finger out it releases the air out, and that allows the lung to re-expand and the flow of blood to return back to the heart. So we do that on both sides of the chest to eliminate any variables, and that worked really well.
We were at home on Saturday, just having a day at home, and my sister called me to say that her husband, who was riding with Brendan, had called her, and she said that Brendan had had an accident and he was on his way to Christchurch Hospital in the rescue helicopter.
We had him on a ventilator after we'd intubated him. He'd gone from being a stable, easy enough to manage patient to severe to life-threatening. If we hadn't intervened, he absolutely would have died before we loaded him in that helicopter.
When he wheeled past the waiting room at the hospital, so he came down the lift, I heard the elevator ding, so I opened the door and I was just standing in the doorway. I saw him come past, and I said to the Westpac guys, I won't come out, I just need to look. And they said, no, we have time to stop. You can come in and say hello to him. So you knew at that stage you knew it was serious, yeah.
A massive head injury, 4 brain bleeds. My arm is basically, I've unplugged it. It's called a brachial plexus injury, where I've pulled the nerves from the spinal cord, and then I had a really big gash on my thigh, 4 broken ribs and a punctured lung. I was just so incredibly lucky to have received the emergency care that I did, because it honestly was the difference for me. I can't sugarcoat the fact that those guys make a massive difference for me.
The helicopter being there and the ability to get him to hospital in such a short time frame, in 10 minutes, we were landing on the roof, probably made a massive difference to Brendan's outcome.
The helicopter gave us Brendan, effectively. Like, without them we wouldn't have had him like we do now, and or quite potentially at all, is I think how serious it was.
I was real happy that I knew there was a helicopter on the way and it was there, and I'm really grateful that helicopters got there.
Why are you grateful for the helicopter?
Because otherwise Dad would have died, probably.
To find out that if I'd had to wait for an ambulance to take me via the road, that I wouldn't have made it, is like, look what I would have missed out on. Got my wife and my kids and my family.
It's quite good. It's almost back to normal. It's just his arm. And so he can come watch rugby games now and stuff.
For the helicopter, they gave us Brendan back. They gave us a husband and a dad, and they gave us Brendan. Yeah. So huge thing. Nothing, we could never repay them with enough thank yous. We've got Brendan because of them.